Early July baseball brings us back to Shirley Povich Field in the Ripken League. The Alexandria Aces take on the Bethesda Big Train. Aces rolling with a 3-game win streak. They stand first in the Southern Division at 14-9. The Bethesda Big Train with the enviable 20-6 record, 12-3 at home. My name is Ali Ali. Thank you again for tuning in. On the mound, Michael Devaney, the Chester Springs, PA native. Going to get things going against the Big Train. Similarly, the same pitchers for the Aces in Anthony Eli coming up in the bottom of the inning. Jacob Hauk behind the plate. Do up Cooper Hums. And the Aces and the Big Train, this is their 4th meeting. The Big Train lead the season series as of this moment 2-1. Beat up on the Aces at Frank Mann Field early on in the season, 13-2. And then recently they won it 7-3. And then 9-7 just a couple of Saturdays ago off of a off of a grand slam to left field from Braden Hebner. That's the story between these two teams. Have been back and forth early on in this decade through 2021 and 2022. In the last 2 seasons, the Big Train went on to win it all. Cooper Hums at the plate, looks at a pitch up high. The game is underway. The rest of the order goes like this for the Aces. Toby Huber, Derek Almeida, the 3-hitter. Ernie Echeverry in the cleanup spot. 5-hitter, Gavin Degnan. 6-hitter, E.J. Hankerson Jr. The 7-hitter, Michael Powell. 8-hitter, John Colligan. And the 9-hitter, Riley Norton. From Pinehurst, North Carolina. Chop foul for Cooper Hums. Foul ball 1. And 2 balls before that. As the game gets underway, 86 degrees and partly cloudy skies. Another pitch up high for Devaney. And the Green Wave pitcher pumps through strike 2. ERA of 4.40 on the summer season. Through 6 1/3 innings pitched. Puts it in play deep to left field. It is covered up by the outfielder Josh Skorwanski for out number 1. Hums, a great plate appearance. Toby Hooper due up. An all-star for this Aces lineup. And he is up to bat with 1 out against Devaney. And he looks at a pitch inside and high. Toby Huber from Cincinnati, Ohio, leads the Ripken League with a batting average of .385. Looking to get on base against Devaney. As their Chester Springs, PA native paints through ball 2 to the outside in the high corner. Derek Almeida on deck, 1 out 2-0 pitch. Another one screams inside. One out so far. Scoreless game. As we get underway in the top frame of the first. Strike one poured across the zone. Three balls, one strike to the two-hitter. And a liner that's off the glove of Gonzalez, an all-star in his own right. And he gets on base safely. Toby Huber's on base indeed. It just lined into the glove of Gonzalez at first. Went off the tip of his glove. Nonetheless, skirted down into the dirt. Devaney tried to give chase. A player's aboard. They will score that as an error. It's an error, a fielding error on the first baseman as Almeida, bats right, is engaged at the plate. One man on and one man out. Almeida bloops this one to left. And the Aces riding a 3-game win streak with Ernie Echeverria coming up to the plate, looking really sharp against the 20-win Big Train here in the Ripken League. The first hit for the Aces comes in the form of a blooper from Derek Almeida and a single that brings up Toby Huber to second. Echeverria up at the plate. Had a 3-run homer against the Braves as the two base runners move up. It's a pass ball against Houck. Huber and Almeida move up to third and second respectively. The Miami, Florida native looking to get on base himself with 2 on and 1 out. Aces have the first hit of the day via Derek Almeida's single to left field. The count's 1-1 after a called strike against Ernie Echeverria at the plate. Devaney unwinds the pitch up high once more. And a couple of these fastballs that you're looking at from Devaney coming up a little bit up high. See if he can pump it through on the next pitch. On the 2-1. It's coming now. This one towards the shortstop. And the out as Toby Huber comes to score, and the Aces have the first run of the day on a sac hit. Derek Almeida moves up as well. So Gavin Degnan now. It was in the last game, the doubleheader between the Big Train and the Aces here at Povich. Gavin Degnan left it early after upper body injury. He is fine, back in the lineup the last 2 games. 2 outs with 1 on. A fly ball for 1. On comes a high chopper into the infield, and A is not in time. A Baltimore chop gets him to first safely as another base runner moves up. Ernie Echeverria out on a sac fly. He's the second out. And Degnan is safe at first off of a Baltimore chop towards the left side. An RBI infield single for him. 2 runners come across. Both of them unearned, I might add. E.J. Hankerson up at the plate. Fly ball foul.
Looks like he hit the tree jump.
Ball one to the pit, to the at bat. And the throw the first is not in time. A stolen base for Gavin Degnan, who had the RBI infield single to plate through Almeida. Gavin Degnan at second, stolen base for him. And ball one to E.J. Hankerson. As we mentioned it, the base runner, Gavin Degnan, had the go-ahead score. RBI single to plate through Michael Powell. That was back in the 6th inning. And what turned out to be a spectacular performance for Connor Hutchison. Dominance on the mound. A complete 7-inning no-hitter, and struck out 7 batters across the 7 innings. This one into the outfield. On it now, Skaronski. He's on it. Stranding a man on base. Not before the Aces strike first with a 2-run inning through the first stages of the top of the 1st inning. The Bethesda Big Train are going to come up to the plate to start the bottom of the 1st, riding a 9-game win streak, lost before those 9 games that they've won, and they lost it to these Alexandria Aces here, 9-7, off of a grand slam from Braden Hebner. And they've been very well hitting. Anthony Eli on the mound. His 2nd game appearance in the Ripken League for the Aces. Glenside, PA native, 5 innings pitched, has struck out 2 batters in his 1 game, and it was a start against the Giants. He got the win there. Alex Peltier, all-star, looks through strike 1 to the outer half. The right-hander pumps it by as he foul-tipped it on its way to the plate. And in a hurry, Alex Peltier, the East Carolina Pirate, down on the count with no outs, the leadoff man, with Brennan Wright on deck. And this bottoms out on Ely. And then puts in play a grounder to Almeida. The throw to Norton is in time. Bringing up Brennan Wright, Alex Peltier out on a putout.
Batting second, the shortstop, number 27, Brennan Wright.
Brennan Wright, 355 batting average. Was on base 33 times. On a hit. Collectively, this Big Train team, batting average of 305. Eli pours through strike one to the left-handed batter, Peltier, the first out of this game for the Big Train. And a foul ball to boot. 0-2 count once more. And this one in play once more. Took a hop to Huber, and they get another out. This one more towards the 3-4 hole. Springing up, Josh Gerwanski,
Number 39,
a member of the 2024 Big Train team that won it all last season. Josh Gerwanski got 24 knocks, a batting average of 304. And Eli's down on the count for the first time today against this Big Train offense. And a big time swing and a miss from a pitch down low. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. After 2 putouts, one towards short and the other one towards the right side. 1-1. Skoronsky did not come across on the pitch, so he's still ahead of it. One strike, 2 balls. And the count's now 2-2. Skoronsky now playing left field. And this one up the middle, off of a liner. And the Big Train had their first hit of the day. It's a single on a liner up the middle, springing up Emilio Gonzalez, the first baseman, and the cleanup man.
Gonzalez.
Emilio Gonzalez, the cleanup man, has a lot of power. 7 doubles and 19 RBIs. And the first pitch he sees, down low towards the toes. Eli taking a good look at Skoronsky. A 2-out single. He's on base. And a foul ball for Emilio Gonzalez at the plate. It was flying closely towards the left field line. But then straight away, it's foul ball at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. And 1 man on a single. And this one, another one that drops down the middle. Gonzalez is going around. First, he's going to stay put. As Skoronsky moves up to third, he's in scoring position. The first potential run of the day for the Big Train. Matthew Wesley now coming up. And to his credit, 16 RBIs. 6th on the team. The most RBIs belongs to Logan Panett, who is going to come up later on in the order. And a pitch down low for Eli. 2 line drives off of 2 outs. Skoronsky a single, and he moved up to third off of another 2-out single. Strike at the plate for Matthew Wesley. 2 men on, 2 out. Bottom of the first. The Glenside, PA native, Anthony Eli, delivers the 1-1. And it scraped the side of the barrel. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Aces took the early lead off an RBI infield single, which played it through Almeida, and before that, a sacrifice fly from Ernie Echeverria that played it through Toby Huber. And a punch out to strand 2. Eli looked very sharp early with 2 outs. Now he pumps across his first strikeout of the day. Aces still lead it 2-0 through 1 inning. Couple of showers went through the local area at about 1 o'clock today, and it gives way to a lovely sunset here in Bethesda, Maryland. Temperatures dipping down to about 86. Top of the second inning with Michael Powell at the plate, John Colligan on deck, Riley Norton in the hole, 7 and 9. Called strike at the plate against Powell, the Alexandria, Virginia native. Lets one come across. A swinging strike this time. 0-2 count. Michael Devaney, Chester Springs, PA native, ahead in the count. Looking to get his first strikeout, and he bottoms out on the pitch. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch in a hurry. Foul ball. Redo 1-2. The leadoff man trying to get on base against Devaney. And this one to shortstop. It's right on it. A sure-handed throw off his back foot. And he makes the throw, and it is 1 out. A put out for Powell. Spring up John Colligan.
Batting eighth, the left fielder.
Another Alexandria native.
No, me, I can stand. Can I stand? If I can stand. Huh?
A 250 batting average for the man at the plate in Colligan. Off of 9 hits. Showing bunt, he did not come around. 1 ball, no strikes. Aces took advantage on an early 2-0 lead. 2 runs early on in this game off a sacrifice hit from Ernie Echeverria, which played through Huber from third, and Gavin Degnan. RBI infield single. Foul ball towards the netting for John Colligan. The count still 1 ball, 2 strikes. With a Pinehurst, North Carolina native, Riley Norton on deck. Two balls, 2 strikes to John Colligan with 1 out. And a pitch downstairs. 3 balls, 2 strikes. John Colligan is the first batter in the Aces order to have a full count against Michael Devaney today. The Greenway pitcher unloads the 3-2, and it is hooked foul. John Colligan still battling with Michael Devaney at the mound. Redoing the 3-2, and another towering foul ball to the right side. John Colligan unloaded on a foul ball, and now awaits the 3-2. He's going to walk to first. Another pitch low and away. Riley Norton, the 9-hitter, coming up.
Batting ninth, the first baseman, number 14.
Norton starting to find himself in this order. Looking very sharp. Got 5 hits on the season. Foul ball on his first offering. This one behind and up top of the backstop netting. 1 man on. A 1-out walk for Colligan, the left fielder. And Riley Norton now staring down Devaney, awaiting the 1-0. Here is the pitch. Even count after ball 1 down low as they look to first. And Colligan, he is safe. He slid back to the bag as it was thrown over to him. Emilio Gonzalez, the first baseman, nearly close to touching him before he slipped past the bag. Now at the plate to Riley Norton, the 1-1. Grazes the outer corner. Sorry. One man on, one out. The 2-1, a little bit lower, and in the outer corner again. Three balls, one strike. It was a foul ball early on in this at-bat for Norton. And he's going to walk to first, just as John Colligan did. A one-out walk for Norton. As we go back to the top of the order, Cooper Hums flew out to left field. Jacob Hauk has other plans. He's going to talk to Devney at the mound. Five available pitchers in the bullpen for the big train, headlined by one of the Atlantic 10's most premier pitcher from Manassas, Virginia, Brendan Cassidy, the right-hander. There's a chance we might see him today. Nonetheless, Hauk is back behind the plate. Cooper Hums is on it with a second plate appearance, flew out to left field, as I mentioned earlier. And Hums looks across. Strike one. It was hugging the inner corner. He is down in the count. No balls, one strike. As he showed bunt. It's a matter if Cooper Hums can get on a base. Hums, 14 knocks, but is tied in the Aces lineup with 9 stolen bases, as he is going to hit it up the middle, driving through one from second, John Colligan. RBI single with one out for Cooper Hums to bring up Toby Huber.
Now batting the second baseman, Toby Huber.
The Aces drive in the third run of the day. 3-0 is the score here in Shirley Povich Field, which is a part of Cabot Regional Park. Toby Huber now got on a base on a fielding error from Emilio Gonzalez. Ball one to the outside. Another grounder. This one to second base. And they get 2 turns. 4-6-3 is how the inning will end, not after the Aces got another run. 3-0 is the score here in Bethesda. Back here in Bethesda, Maryland, Aces, your home team Aces, on the road against the Big Train, are leading at 3-0 off of 3 hits. Last time they were here, it was a doubleheader. They won the second game of the night, 9-7. Eli on the mound. Ball went inside. After that game, the Bethesda Big Train overcame an early 1-0 deficit to beat up on the Southern Maryland Senators 7-1 in a resumed game from the June 13th. Ball number 2 to the leadoff man, Peyton Steele. Another one inside. It was in that game they took the lead in the third inning after loading the bases and inning 2 runs off of a single from Alex Peltier from East Carolina University, followed by a sacrifice fly from the gentleman at the plate, Peyton Steele, to make it 3-1. And that was in the third inning of that game on the 29th of June. This one, a towering fly ball right of center, and the catch is made by the center fielder. Cooper Hums out there making a nice snag to retire one. Logan Panett coming up.
Logan Panett.
Luke Panett, the two-way man, batting average 294 on the season. Early on in this inning, Anthony Eli pumping through a couple of balls. And now he does paint across one. Strike one. Logan Panett. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a grounder to Almeida. Pretty academic. 6-3 putout. 2 outs. As the Big Train had 2 hits back in the first off of 2 singles from Skoronsky and Gonzalez, who I should add came after 2 quick outs to start off the innings. Can Parker Corbin deal through the third hit of the day off of 2 outs? He looks in ball 1 inside off of Eli's mitt. The right-hander from Glenside, PA. He's working with 2 outs, and the 1-0 is going to be in play for Powell. Foul out.
Let's go back down to Bruce. He's by the first base grandstand.
3 up, 3 down for the Aces, looking sharp on the road in Bethesda.
We celebrate the nonprofit.
To help him continue.
Alexandria Aces looking very sharp here through 2. Top of the third, Michael Devaney still up at the mound. Still looking for his first strikeout. Eli pumped across a called strikeout. Back in the first against Wesley to end the bottom of the first. To the three-hitter, Derek Almeida. Started off with a single. It's pretty academic in his own right. The Chaffee College native started the day against the Braves. Back on Friday with a hit. We'll talk about it after this first offering from Devaney. It's in the air to left to center field. On it is Peltier. He's on it. He makes the snag. Took about 6 steps. Made the snag all the way out in the outfield. Springing up Ernie Echeverria. Before we get away from that standout game at the plate against the Braves, went 4 for 4 with a 1 run scored and an RBI. And that RBI came in the first as Cooper Hums advanced to second in the first. But what a great play nonetheless. Ernie Echeverria moved back behind the plate as Devaney's pitch screamed inside. It is ball 1. With 1 out on Derek Almeida flying out to left center field. 1 ball, 1 strike at the plate. Hooks it foul. Ernie Echeverria. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's back at the plate as Ernie Echeverria after he hooked it foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out, and nobody on for the Aces, up 3-0. And in the air to left center field again. And again, Peltier's on it. The East Carolina University outfielder snags it again off another fly ball. Springing up Gavin Degnan, that is. RBI infield single. Played it through Derek Almeida in the first. In what turned out to be a 2-run, 2-hit, 1 error, top of the first. A pitch up high. A nice fastball, that is. Another pitch screaming inside. And this one in play. Gets away from the tip of the glove of the third baseman, Panette. And Degnan moves up to first safely. It's the 4th hit of the day for the Aces. A single up the 5-6 hole. E.J. Hankerson comes up. Gavin Degnan's 2 for 2. Both of them off singles. Degnan lined it up the middle, back in the first. Hankerson at the plate flew it out to left field in his last appearance at the plate. And in the air, drops in for a base hit. And just like that, 5 hits for the Aces through 3. As they work with 2 outs, Degnan moves up to second. Aces looking very sharp with 1 man in scoring position. The potential 4th runner. 4th run of the day for the Aces at second. Hankerson, a 2-out single that dropped into the outfield. Michael Powell grounded out. Second plate appearance for him. This is the top of the third in Bethesda with Devaney on the mound. He widens the zone inside. It is 1 ball, 1 ball and no strikes. 2 men on and 2 out with John Colligan, the Alexandria native, on deck. This one to the second baseman. And they do get the out, stranding 2 men aboard. The Aces look sharp. After getting 2 outs, the big train are going to switch sides and come up to the plate looking for the first run of the day. Bottom of the third here in Bethesda, Maryland. Alexandria Aces lead at 3-0. They got 5 hits on the board. 2 of them came in the top of the inning. Degnan and Hankerson both registered 2-out singles. Degnan up the hole, and the other one, Hankerson, dropped into the outfield. Anthony Eli on the mound against the leadoff man in this inning, and the 9-hitter Jacob Hauk. Off the plate, it's foul. And another foul ball. Jacob Hauk on the 0-2. This one is going to be lined into the glove. Other right fielder Degnan for the out. A deep liner nonetheless. It was towards shallow right field. But he only took 1 step, it looked like, and then just stood there and he made the catch. A sharp liner into the glove of Degnan for the first out. The 1-hitter Peltier looks at ball 1 down low. In the recent win for the Bethesda Big Trains, they secured a doubleheader sweep over the Grays with a dominant 3-0 win. Foul ball for Peltier. It was all powered by a strong pitching, a timely offense. They took the lead in the first when Brennan Wright from South Alabama Scored on a wild pitch and added 2 more runs in the third through a ground up by Josh Goronski. And a bases loaded walk from Logan Panett. And the 1-1 to the outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. The leadoff man grounded to short in the first. Ahead of the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. And to the inside it goes. 3 balls, 1 strike. Another pitch to the inside and high corner. A 1-out walk for Peltier to bring up Brennan Wright. Also put out in the first via 4-3, a ground out.
Right.
Great crowd on hand. 84-degree day here in Bethesda, Maryland. Eli unwinds the pitch. Paints it outside this time. He's got 1 strike so far as he looks to first. The base runner Peltier makes it back safely, sliding through. There's 1 man on as he takes off. Ernie Echeverria, the strong-handed throw. Off the bottom of the glove of Almeida, and it skirts into the outfield. Stolen base nonetheless. It was off the heel of the glove of Almeida. At the plate, it is 1 ball, 1 strike. Peltier, successful stolen base. Eli looks at him and looks to second. Keeping him honest that time was Eli as Peltier makes it back to the bag, standing up. The pitch. The count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Another pitch to the outside. The throw on over to second is Peltier back to the bag, standing up. Peltier, first in this team with 17 stolen bases coming into today. He's got his 18th. And put into play deep to center field and into the warning track. In the out is Cooper Hums as a man tags up to third. Peltier moves up as Brennan Wright flew it out to center field into the glove of Cooper Hums. Now up to Josh Goronski to plate through Alex Peltier, the 1-hitter. And the second batter in the bottom of the third. Who's at third? Moved up to first on a walk. And then stole his 18th bag of the season. He moved up to second and tagged up to third on the flyout from Brennan Wright. And in play. 1-3 to end things off, stranding 1 man on. If they could have got the out, Skoronski could have had his 18th. What could have been for the big train. They are down 3-0 at home. Back here in Bethesda for the top of the fourth inning. 8-9-1, John Colligan, the left fielder who walked in his last appearance at the plate, is up to bat. And he already puts this one, chases after the first pitch. Into center field it goes, tracking on over his Peltier to get the first out of the inning. John Colligan swinging for the fences early on. Had a lot of air on it. Nonetheless, it was the rangy Peltier who made the snag. The 9-hitter up to bat. And Norton, with a good eye, looks in, ball one to the lower corner. Alexandria Aces hitting solidly. Scattered through 5 hits through 3 innings. 2 in the first and 2 in the third and 1 in the second. Norton hitless early on, his second at-bats. And another fly ball this time. Norton to right field, and Steele is on it. Deep to center, first time on Colligan. And deep to right for Norton. Now to the top of the order for the second time, it's Cooper Hums. RBI single to plate through John Colligan in the second. But then was caught on the double play, 4-6-3 to end the second. Ball one low for Michael Devaney at the plate, at the mound that is. The pitch down low. And in a hurry, Cooper Hums is ahead of the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 from Devaney. Just a bit low. And in the play, it's a towering pop up to second. On it is Parker Corbin. The Dirty Terps got it. 3 up, 3 down off of 2 fly balls, flyouts, and then a pop up in the infield. Big Train's trying to keep up with the Aces. They're down 3-0 at home. Bottom of the fourth with the cleanup man up at the plate to start things off. Gonzalez 1-for-1 with a single and a pitch down low. Join me and the rest of the Alexandria Aces organization in congratulating the outstanding aces of the season for making it to the All-Star game this Wednesday. Foul ball at the plate for Gonzalez. Diego Pena, number 28, from Muskegon, Michigan. Michael Powell, the infielder, number 8, from Alexandria, Virginia. Derek Almeida, number 1, from Rancho Cucamonga, California. This one tracks down the right field line. It's foul. Yeah. Toby Huber, number 12, another infielder from Cincinnati, Ohio. Number 3, the outfielder Cooper Hums from Mishawaka, Indiana. The left-handed pitcher, number 11, Mason Christopher. And it's an unassisted ground out to first. Gonzalez is out after he chased after a couple of pitches, and it was foul ball. 1 out so far, bringing up Matthew Wesley, who in his first plate appearance struck out looking against Anthony Eli. Back to the list of the aces who made the All-Star game. 3 more that I got to mention. Steph Curry, right-handed pitcher number 7 from Newmarket, Maryland. Strike 1 at the plate for the next batter in Wesley. Nathan Lake, the left-handed pitcher number 33 from Falls Church, Virginia. And Adam Lehman, pitcher of the week in week number 4. Right-handed pitcher number 32 from Granger, Indiana. 9 aces in the All-Star game. Congrats on a stellar season so far as Anthony Eli pumps across. Strike 2. Michael Wesley down to the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 hops to Huber and a sure-handed throw to get the out. An unassisted ground out to first for Emilio Gonzalez. And then a 4-3 putout for Wesley springs up Peyton Steele, who flew out to shallow right center field into the glove of Hums in the second. And hacks at the first offering he sees from Eli. The 3 2/3 innings pitched today, Anthony Eli pumped across 1 strikeout and surrendered only 1 walk, giving up 2 hits. Solid performance at the plate for the Seton Hall right-hander, who made his first appearance last Monday against the Gaithersburg Giants. As he pours across ball 1 down low. In his spring ball play, pitched in 20 innings across 12 relief appearances without any starts. As he throws in another pitch, this time up high and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He had an ERA of 4.95. Allowed only 20 hits. Chopped foul to the left side for Peyton Steele, the 6th hitter in this order for the Big Train. 20-6 on the season. They only have 2 hits, but they gave up an error early on. A fielding error against Emilio Gonzalez in the first to bring up Toby Huber from the plate up to first safely, that is. And at the plate, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. And this one into the outfield. Into the glove of Colligan as it looped in front of Colligan. Peyton Steele is retired. 3 up, 3 down once more for the Big Train, heading into the top of the 5th. My guy. You're doing great out there, Derek. Proud of you. Mm-hmm.
Now batting for the Aces, the second baseman, Toby Huber.
Back to Bethesda, Maryland. Ripken League action. Alexandria Aces in the top spot in the Southern Division with a record of 14-9. They got 5 hits and the only 3 runs of the game. They lead at 3-0. As the leadoff man puts this in the air to right. Well hit for the right fielder, Peyton Steele, to cover it up. Toby Huber is out. Hi.
Now batting shortstop, Derek Almeida.
Toby Huber was plated through on a sac hit from Ernie Echeverria in the first. Got on a base on a fielding error. Nonetheless, he represents the first out on a flyout to right. Derek Almeida, the Rancho Cucamonga native, is going to show bunt. And in a hurry, it's 2 balls, no strikes. As he went for the fake bunt swing away on the first pitch, and in the 1-0, he looked it in to the inner corner. The 2-0 from Devin Nay still on the mound. It's a swinging strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. And in play, drops down in front of Steele. Another base hit for Derek Almeida, and he'll stay put at first. 2 for 3 today. In the third, he flew out to left center field. Peltier will ranged over to make the catch. A 1-out single for Almeida this time. Ernie Echeverria played it through 1, looking to get his first hit of the day. 1 on with 1 out. Echeverria looks through ball 1 up high. And this one put into play this time, a liner to left center field. And another 1-out single. Almeida moves up to second, springing up Gavin Degnan, the outfielder from UPenn. Looking to plate through 2 here in the top of the 5th inning. Degnan has 14 RBIs. That is the most in this Alexandria batting order. Kami looks at ball 1 down low. Two men on, 1 out. Devaney pumps by. Strike 1 in front of Degnan at the plate. Degnan, no slouch himself, 2 for 2 today. Both of them singles. And this one weakly grounded in front of the pitcher. Devaney throws it on over to first. But the 2 base runners, Almeida and Echeverria, tag up to third and second.
Now batting the designated hitter, E.J. Henderson.
So 2 outs off of a putout on Degnan and a flyout for Huber. Hankerson waiting patiently behind the plate. He's going to move up as we're ready to go. Hankerson, 186 batting average, but he sure makes up for it. 6 RBIs. Looking to plate through 2 more. And the most strongest positions are the Alexandria Aces with 2 men in scoring position. It is Hankerson all the way to left field. At the warning track, Skoronski, fantastic catch. Stranding 2 men on, Echeverria in disbelief as he was at second. The big train with a little bit of momentum. But the Aces still lead by 3 runs in the middle stages of the 5th. Great plays by the outfield for the Bethesda big train in the top of the 5th. Puts them back at the plate. This is the bottom of the 5th with Logan Panett, the 7-hitter. Foul ball to start things off. He's at the plate. Parker Corbin, the 8-hitter, and the 9-hitter, Jacob Hack behind him. They only registered 2 hits in this game, all of them coming in the 1st. And a chopper that's foul. But sometimes great defense leads to great offense. Putting his barrel on it was Panett a couple of times. But can he get it into play? Against Eli with only 1 strikeout to his name, and he adds his 2nd. It's a swinging strikeout after a called strikeout back in the 1st. Parker Corbin coming up now. Fouled out to the third baseman's glove, Powell, right behind the third baseline. A lovely day nonetheless here in Bethesda. Ball 1 to the outside against the 8-hitter Parker Corbin. Another dirty terp on this in this batting order for the big train. A good eye that time as it went up high. 2 balls, no strikes with 1 out. The Glenside PA native unwinds the 2-0. Another pitch outside. And he pushes it by poor Parker Corbin now. 3 balls, 1 strike. A called strike at the plate. Gives us that count. No on and 1 out. And a 1-out walk for Parker Corbin after he fouled it out to the third base line. Springs back up. Springs back up, Jacob Hauk. and puts this one into play. A grounder to Huber. The turn, not in time as Norton stepped away from the bag. In the lineup and making a huge difference. I have to correct myself. Dylan Murphy, the catcher, up to bat. He's got it in. He's got onto base safely. Fielder's choice out. There's 2 outs after they went after Parker Corbin, who's moving up to second. Palm City, Florida native is safe at first, and the pitch just a bit outside and low. Foul ball at the plate for the leadoff man, Alex Peltier. 1 man on. Safe on a fielder's choice as they took care of Parker Corbin, who was moving up to second. And before all that, the leadoff man, Panette, was retired swinging. And a grounder as it's Derek Almeida who was sliding. He covered it up, but not in time to make the throw on over to first or to the most dangerous man who was moving up to second in Murphy. 2 men on with 2 out. Alex Peltier is safe on an infield single. It's the 3rd hit of the day for the Big Train and the first since Emilio Gonzalez's line drive up the middle. 2 out single in the first. And this one that just takes a hop in front of Huber, and it's out into the outfield, scoring the first run of the day. Dylan Murphy. What a great play. It's the 4th hit and an RBI single for Brennan Wright as it went towards the second baseman, Huber.
Now batting the left fielder, Josh Skoronsky.
And on that same play, Peltier moved up to third. Big Train showing life. They've got 2 hits in this game, in this inning, and a run. But Eli working with 2 outs. The pitch. Just a bit outside. Josh Skoronsky, the 3-hitter. 1 for 2. Put out in the 3rd. Singled in the 1st. And a foul ball behind the plate. Early on in this inning, this is the bottom of the 5th with 1 run scores in Dylan Murphy. The Big Train actually putting their bats onto the pitches seen from Anthony Eli. And at the plate, 2 balls, 1 strike. This one takes a hop, a liner to right field, and the 2nd run of the day scores across from third, Peltier. But they do get the out. The throw from Degnan over to Powell, they were able to get the out on Brennan Wright, who was coming from first to third. Not after they get 2 runs on this inning. The Big Train are just like that, down by 1 run, going into the top of the 6th inning in Bethesda. Deep in the bottom of the order here for the Aces to start off the top of the sixth. And the big train showing life in the bottom of the fifth. 2 hits and 2 runs come across. New pitcher on the mound, Michael Madigan, the left-hander, plays ball for the George Mason Patriots in the Atlantic 10 Conference. In relief of Michael Devaney, his day's over. The Chester Springs, PA native did not have a strikeout today, but gave up 7 hits, 1 earned run, and 3 total runs, surrendering 2 walks as well. The Syracuse, New York native unwinds the 1-0. It's a grounder to second. And they do get the out on Powell, the leadoff man, springing up call again. Powell is hitless through his first 2 plate appearances, grounded out to short. It makes it his 3rd time he grounded to the infield. You know who else is hitless? John Colligan, a walk in the second, but it was plated through on an RBI single from Hums. He puts this in play, a bunt, and it's away from the hand of the third baseman, Panett. And one man comes to the bag safely at first. An infield single for Colligan, his first hit of the day.
Now batting the first baseman, Riley Norton.
One man on and 1 out. Riley Norton, the 9-hitter. Looks through ball 1 downstairs. And they look to first. Michael Madigan plays ball for the Patriots of George Mason. Comes to them by way of Syracuse, New York. On the mound in relief of Michael Devaney. Riley Norton, swing and a miss. He is still ahead of the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Another look to first. Two is the count at the plate. Michael Madigan on the mound. Very resolved as he looks over to Norton's way. He pumped across. Strike 2. Can he get his first strikeout of the day? Against Norton. Instead, it's popped up and it's going to go into the outfield. To the glove. Jumping up to make the catch. Skoronski. 2 out.
Now batting the center fielder, Cooper Hums.
Top of the order we go. At first, still safely is John Colligan. Cooper Hums. An RBI single plated through Colligan in the second as a runner takes off. John Colligan comes to today with his 9th, with 9 stolen bases. He's got his 10th as he came across the bag at second. Back at the plate, ball one upstairs for Cooper Hums. With Colligan in scoring position, the potential fourth run of the day as it gets by the tip of the glove of Gonzalez. The fourth run comes across for the Aces. A stand-up double and an RBI to boot for the leadoff man, Cooper Hums. The Aces up by two once more. Almeida still on deck. And at the plate, Toby Huber, the two-hitter. Toby Huber, Patriot on Patriot action here as he swings away on the first offering from Madigan. Taking a good look at Cooper Hums. 9 stolen bases to his name as they look his way. But something to keep in mind, folks, at home. Both Toby Huber and Michael Madigan play at George Mason. This past campaign in the spring, they broke the record of 38 stolen bases in school history. They had 40 this season. So they're not slouches. They're all too familiar with the small ball routine. At the plate, Toby Huber has got a count of 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Aces lead it by 2. The fourth run came across on an RBI double from Hums, plating through Colligan. Another pitch up high, 3 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Runner takes off. It's a stolen base, and at the plate, strike 2 for Toby Huber. Full count. Michael Madigan gets the strikeout he's looking for. Strikes out 1, stranding 1, as the Big Train are down by 2 here in Bethesda, Maryland. taking a page from the book of the big train as they put in a reliever in replace of Devonay, Michael Madigan, on the mound for the big train in the previous half inning. And in the bottom of the sixth inning, we are in Shirley Povich Field. Aiden Alexander, Hamburg, New Jersey native, by way of GW, the Revolutionaries, unwinds his first offering. It's going to track towards the right field line, snag, and it's a great catch from Gavin Degnan sliding through. One away, Emilio Gonzalez flew out to shallow right. Matthew Wesley coming up to bat. Struck out looking in the first. Put out off a grounder to second in the fifth. As he looks through ball one. Foul ball for the batter in Matthew Wesley. Three balls, one strike on a pitch to the outside. Foul ball off the side of the bat. Oh, they got him looking. Aiden Alexander punches out one. And just like that, 2 outs. Emilio Gonzalez flew it out to right field. And Matthew Wesley struck out looking against Aiden Alexander. And in a hurry up, a swinging strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Aiden Alexander with great poise at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes after he pumped it by the batter in Logan Panette. And the pitch outside. The second batter faced by Aiden Alexander. The count is 3 balls, 2 strikes yet again. This one tracks foul into the backstop netting. Nobody on, 2 out for the big train. And the pitch from Alexander to Almeida. They get the out. 3 up, 3 down, but one of them was the first strikeout of the day for Aiden Alexander. He comes back to the dugout talking to Ernie Echeverria. The Aces with confidence taking on the 20-win team Bethesda Big Train here in Maryland. They lead it by 2 runs.
Now batting for the Aces, the shortstop, Derek Almeida.
Top of the 7th. Here in Bethesda, this game has gone by in a hurry. Nonetheless, the road team, Bethesda Big Train, riding a 3-game win streak, stacking it up against the Big Train. They're down by 2 runs. And their 9-game win streak in jeopardy. Almeida looks at ball 1 from the hand of Michael Manigan, the Syracuse native. If you're just tuning in, Ernie Echeverria back in the first had a sacrifice hit all the way into the outfield, and it drove in Toby Huber, an unearned run after he got on the base safely after a fielding error from Emilio Gonzalez. They would score again later in that inning. RBI infield single from Degnan to plate through Almeida, who's at the plate, and he looks through strike 1. Or strike 2, that is. 2 balls, 2 strikes at the plate for the Rancho Cucamonga native. The leadoff man with a full count. Madigan unwinds the pitch up high. Leadoff walk for Almeida to bring up Ernie Echeverria.
Now batting the catcher,
Has an RBI
Echeverria.
and a hit, but was stranded on base in the 5th after he registered a 1-out single. Echeverria, the Miami, Florida native, bats right, engaged against Madigan. And the pitch on the way. It bottoms out. Off of the plate it goes and into the back of the chest piece of Murphy. One man on, 1 out. Leadoff walk is at first. And the pitch to the outside. And in the air to right center field. In a hurry, Alex Peltier is on it. Almeida did not move up. A fly out to right center field for Echeverria.
Now batting the right fielder, Gavin Degnan.
Now to Gavin Dignan, 2 for 3. RBI infield single on the first run of the day as he played it through Derek Almeida. Stranded on base in the third after he registered a single as he takes off. It's Almeida to second, sliding safely. He's got a stolen base. At the plate, 1-0 pitch. Poured across the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. And 1 man on. The potential 5th run is at second. Another pitch. Called strike 2 to Degnan. Derek Almeida does not move up on the 1-2 pitch. It's an even count once more to Gavin Degnan. Almeida coming in today, tied second with 8 stolen bases as Madigan looks to Almeida as he takes off. It's a full count at the plate. And another stolen base for Derek Almeida. He got onto base to begin the 7th inning on a leadoff walk. Degnan at the plate with 1 out. Ernie Echeverria flew out to right center field. And Degnan with a big time swing and a miss. He is retired, bringing up E.J. Hankerson. Redshirted his first hit of the day, a single, similar to Gavin Degnan in the third, but was stranded on base. Coming up to plate through the 5th run of the day for the Aces. They lead it by 2 runs. 4-2 is the score in Bethesda. Michael Madigan in relief of Michael Devaney. First pitch breaking ball, ball 1. E.J. Hankerson, the 1-0, he puts it in to the infield. It's Panett to across the diamond. And the big train strand 1, they're still down by 2 runs through the top of the 7th. The big train up to bat in the bottom of the 7th inning. And they're coming off another inning, the 3rd inning, I might add, where they went 3 up, 3 down. Aiden Alexander registered his first strikeout, a looking strikeout against Wesley. He's still back up on the mound. As he unleashes the 1-0, it's fouled behind and into the dugout of the Aces. Logan Panett, the 7-hitter, leading things off, struck out against Anthony Eli. Eli's 2nd strikeout of the contest. Very reliable starting things off for the Aces. The pitching staff, very solid this season. Another foul ball. This is an Aces team coming into today with a combined ERA of 4.43. Only given up 2 runs so far. Anthony Eli pumps through the 1-1 pitch. And it's another foul ball. And the count's 1 ball to 2 strikes. The leadoff man just paints the ball to the outside against the leadoff man. Parker Corbin on deck. And he puts this. It's a grounder to Powell. The throw to first. It's an infield single as Norton did not glove it. It was off the heel of his glove. But the wherewithal to keep it in front of him and not let it slip into foul territory. So a man is on, a leadoff single.
Now batting the second baseman, Parker Corbin.
And it didn't go too far into the infield. It was in front of Michael Powell. Nonetheless, 1 man on, Parker Corbin, the second baseman at the plate, batting left against the Hamburg, New Jersey native, who brushes through ball 1, just a bit low and inside. And this time he pumps it by Corbin. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield single for Panett. In front of Michael Powell. He's at the bag safely at first. As they look to first, Norton cannot glove it as Alexander threw it on over. And he'll tag up to third. Fielding error for the first baseman, Riley Norton. 2nd error given up by the Aces in this ball game. Potential 3rd run of the day for the big train is at 3rd. Panett moved up off of a E3 fielding error. And Parker Corbin tried to move away from the pitch, and it hits his shoulder.
Now batting the catcher, Dylan Murphy.
Dylan Murphy, the catcher, as Brissett's gonna come up for a mound visit. We haven't had a mound visit by either team. I think it's just to calm the nerves of Aiden Alexander on the mound. So Brissett will move up back to the dugout. 2 men on, no out, as the Big Train are poised to bring through the third run of the day from third. Pop up, and Almeida's on it right in front of second base. Both base runners do not move up. It's the first out. Dylan Murphy's out. He scored on an RBI single from Brennan Wright in the fifth.
Peltier.
Now back to the top of the order. Alex Peltier bats right. The pitch from Alexander, just a bit down, just a bit low. And in the air to right. Well hit for Degnan. And it will spring one from third. And the Big Train, just like that, down 1 run. 4-3 is the score in Bethesda. Peltier is out on the sac fly. Brennan Wright, the 2-hitter, comes up to the plate. And still at first, Parker Corbin. The third run of the day for the Big Train is an unearned run as Panett moved to second on an error. Fielding error from Riley Norton. And ball one to the low and inside corner. They look to first. Parker Corbin is still safe and on first base, and a hit by pitch. Back at the plate. Second hit by pitch. In the fourth. And 4
Now batting the left fielder.
batters face for Aiden Alexander.
Skoronsky.
Five batters in this Big Train order have come up to the plate. 2 of them got on the base on a hit by pitch. Corbin is at second now. Called strike 1 at the plate for Skoronsky, the 3-hitter. Did some early damage in the first with a single. Other than that, put out in the third, put out in the fifth. Foul tip strike. 0-2 count, which should bode well for Aiden Alexander, the Hamburg, New Jersey native. 2 hit by pitches, a sac fly and a run given up. Nonetheless, the Aces lead 4-3, and the pitch hooked it foul. Big time hook from Skoronsky, standing at 6-3. One ball, 2 strikes at the plate. Early in the season, we saw it when the Big Train came to Frank Mann Field. 5 stolen bases. They haven't tested so far in this contest. Corbin trying to move up. Foul ball at the plate nonetheless. Skaronski. The count still 1-2 strikes to him at the plate. 2 men on and 2 out. Doesn't put too much air on it as it drops in front of Almeida. The throw is not in time. An infield single and 3 base runners on for the big train in Bethesda.
Now batting the first baseman, Emilio Gonzalez.
Emilio Gonzalez, as we mentioned it early on in this broadcast, very much powerful at the plate. 19 RBIs. Third best on the team. He looks through, called strike 1 to the inner half. .32 knocks in the summer for him with the big train in the second season in the Ripken League. Puts this in the air to left. Can Colligan track it? Yes, he can. Just before he touched the right field line, he was able to make the snag, running from right to left. They stand 3 on base. The Aces look sharp late after giving up 2 hit-by pitches. To the top of the 8th we go in Bethesda.
And the Washington Nationals are on.
In Bethesda, Maryland, top of the 8th we go. Michael Powell, John Colligan, Riley Norton. All due up to start things off. Against Madigan. Pumps across a strike to the leadoff man, Powell. Powell hitless, grounded to short in the second, and grounded out to second in the third and 6th inning. Ball 1 behind the plate. John Colligan due up infield single in the 6th. Played it through on an RBI double from Hums. But a stellar catch as he ranged to his left to make the snag to get the out on Gonzalez with 3 on. Powell chases it upstairs. It's a foul tip strike. 1-2 strikes. The leadoff man in danger of striking out. It would be the second strikeout for Madigan, the Syracuse native. foul ball, and we'll redo the 1-2. Second foul ball in this at bat for Powell. The 1-2 once more from Madigan's hand. In the air into shallow right center. And the center fielder Peltier is on it. One away with Colligan coming up to the plate.
Now batting the left fielder, John Collins.
Infield single and a walk. And in the fourth, he flew out to center field and into the glove of Peltier, who made the snag in the shallow right center field just a moment ago. Just to get the out on the leadoff man, Powell. Colligan steps away from the bag as he looks in ball one to the inside. This one grounded to second. Corbin throws it off his front foot, and it's an out for Colligan. Norton hitless in this game, but flew out to shallow left field in his last plate appearances up at the plate. Plays ball for Elon University. Comes to them by way of Pinehurst, North Carolina. And then on his first offering, foul ball, the right side. Another foul ball for Norton. He's down to the count. 0-2 is the count. And upstairs this time, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes for Norton at the plate. Michael Madigan unloads and he gets the out. Strikeout number 2 for Madigan. 3 up, 3 down in the 8th.
Here's some scores tonight.
Bottom of the 8th we go in Shirley Povich Field.
In the 6th,
Bottom of the 8th here in Bethesda, Maryland. Aiden Alexander gave up 2 hit by pitches in the previous inning. His day is over. Here comes Aiden O'Brien on the mound. Played high school ball, spring ball for the Marshall High School Statesmen of Fairfax County, Virginia. And collegiately plays for the Fordham Rams. And the first pitch, strike 1 to the DH Matthew Wesley. Struck out twice, both of them looking. This is the bottom of the 8th. New day, new way. 1 ball, 1 strike at the plate. And a pitch that goes behind. 2 balls, 1 strike. Up in the air to right field line, but it just stays foul. Oh, up into the gap. It goes. It's a leadoff single for Wesley. Leadoff single for Wesley, his first hit of the day. Peyton Steele is also hitless in this game. All of them on putouts. Fly ball to shallow right center field in the 3rd, shallow left field in the 4th, and then a grounder to the shortstop in Almeida in the 6th. This is the 8th inning with 1 on. And a foul ball behind. Aiden O'Brien, the 0-1 as Steele looking to put down a bunt. Even count now at the plate. Aiden O'Brien in relief of Aiden Alexander. And a pitch to the outside. A good eye at the plate for Peyton Steele, the right fielder. Did not come across. The count is 3 balls, 1 strike. The leadoff man is on base, an infield single, up the middle, and Steele has himself a no-out walk. Coach Anthony Nazo comes back to the team after coaching up in Seattle, Washington, coming up for a mound visit. Already 2 batters faced, and the mound visit, I think, is just more of nerves. See here where his mind's at. All of the infield congregating with Ernie Echeverria and Aiden O'Brien plus Naso. A resolute pat on the back, and everybody is going to disperse. Down visit's over.
Now batting the 3rd baseman, Logan.
The other guy just used to do it.
Logan Panett, the 3rd baseman, at the plate. Infield single and moved up to second on a field and error from Norton. Norton is going to move up. And Echeverria is going to throw to second. Not in time. Some sort of shift as Norton moved very, very close to the plate. But nonetheless, after they look to second, the 1-0 lifted in the air. It's tracking foul. Norton giving chase. It does stay foul. And so with that, 1 ball, 1 strike to the batter. The third batter face for Aiden O'Brien in relief of Aiden Alexander. With 2 on. A walk for Steele, who's at first. And the bunt is laid down in front of O'Brien. The throw to first. Huber moved to first, and it is an out. But moving to third is Wesley, and to second, it's Peyton Steele. A potential 4th run at third for the big train. All the pressure in the world is on the shoulders of Aiden Alexander. Panette is out on a sac bunt. But 2 potential runs in scoring position. Foul tip strike at the plate for Corbin. The 8-hitter fouled out to second, fouled out to third in the second inning. Walked to first in the 5th. Pops this one into the infield to Powell. He's on it. So still, Wesley and Steele in scoring position, third and second base respectively. The 9-hitter, Dylan Murphy, a hero early on as he moved up to first after Corbin was tagged out for the second out in the 5th. But then he was plated through an RBI single for the first run of the day for the big train.
2 outs.
The 9-hitter, the 1-0. Upstairs it goes. Down low. Two-out walk for Dylan Murphy. The bases are loaded. I didn't say Aiden Murphy. It's Aiden O'Brien, that is. Wesley at third, Steele at second, and Murphy at first. 2 out of the 3 base runners on for the big train. Got on a base on a walk. Ball 1 to the 1-hitter in Peltier. Two-0 count at the plate after another fastball to the outside. And fouled behind, right near the plate. Might have grazed the home plate umpire. He's just going to have a quick walk to Aiden O'Brien as he hands him another baseball to work with. Bases are loaded for the big train, but on the plus side, Aiden O'Brien is working with 2 outs after a foul ball. The 2-1. Pumped it by Peltier. Even count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count at the plate for Peltier. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 out. And 3 men on. Galvin Morris, the third base coach. You probably could see it on your screen, motioning, readying. Everybody's ready for the 3-2. It's on the way. It's put into play, and it's going to get into the outfield. And they're going to look to the base runner. They'll tag him out. It is Peyton Steele who's tagged out. But before that, the big train are able to plate through Wesley. The game is tied through the top of the 9th. The home plate umpire calls it. Wesley comes across. Big Train, Aces, both leading their respective divisions. 14-9 for the Aces, 20-6 for the Big Train. Top of the 9th we go in Shirley Povich Field in Bethesda, Maryland. Final stages of this ball game. In the 4th meeting of the season between the Aces and the Big Train. The game is all knotted up with 4 runs apiece for both teams. And in relief of Michael Madigan through 3 innings, 2 hits allowed, and 1 earned run, James Gladden, the Dirty Terp right-hander, is up on the mound, going against the one-hitter to start things off. Puts it in play to second. And just like that, 1-pitch ground out to start things off. Down to their last, most likely the last 2 outs of the day for the Aces. James Gladding at the plate, or at the mound that is. Ball 1 down low to Toby Huber, the 2-hitter, after the ground out to second. Foul ball, Dylan Murphy down on the ground. Looks like he's fine, but we don't want to jump to conclusions here. Looks like he's fine. Murphy getting a rousing ovation from the audience. Nice crowd on hand at Shirley Povich Field. Gladden unwinds the pitch up high. James Gladden through 9 innings pitched. He's given up only 1 earned run, but has struck out 11 batters. And Toby Huber fouls this off the plate. As we think back to the first meeting between these 2 teams, at Frank Mann Field, James Gladden was on the mound in the bottom of the 5th against E.J. Hankerson. The 2-2 on the way. Skirts away from the glove. It's ball 3. But getting back to my point, against E.J. Hankerson, they looked at him, and then they got him out at second, and they had a conversation after that sequence. And I was talking to EJ about it. He said James was just telling him, oh, you think you can just run and steal a base on me? 1-out walk at the plate for Toby Huber. He's at first. Derek Almeida, the Chaffee College infielder, coming up to the plate. 2 for 4. Both hits he's registered were singles in the 1st and in the 5th. Was plated through on an RBI infield single from Gavin Degnan in the 1st. It was the 2nd run of the day for the Aces. This game's all knotted up with 1 out and 1 on. Towards the lower extremity of Almeida. He had to get away from the box. The count's 1-0 in a tied ball game. Foul ball off the netting. Even count after the foul ball. Almeida trying to get on base for the 4th time today. Walked in his last plate appearance. He's ahead in the count 2-1. Ernie Echeverria, the Miami, Florida native. Do not count that guy out. 3-run homer on Friday against the Braves. He is on deck. Huber at first. Almeida tries to go after it. Instead, it's a swinging strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. In a crucial top of the 9th for the Aces. and what could be a staple game for them if they can pull off the win in front of a nice crowd in Montgomery County. This one away from the glove of right. It's a base hit. The 10th hit of the day for the Aces brings Huber to second and Echeverria to the plate.
Now batting the catcher, Ernie Echeverria.
One out single for Amita up the hole. And Echeverria sac hit to bring through Huber in the first for the first out, an unearned run, I might add, as Huber got on a base on a fielding error from Emilio Gonzalez. Gladden looks at Huber. The dirty Terp unwinds the pitch. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out and 2 on. Gavin Degnan on deck. With only 1 hit, away from the zone of Echeverria. I have to correct myself, 2 hits for Gavin Degnan, who's on deck. A humid day gives way to a night of crisp air in Bethesda. Away from the glove of Murphy. Almeida to second, and at third is Huber. Potential 5th run is at third, and the potential 6th run for the Aces is at second. With Ernie Echeverria trying to get on base himself. A nice fastball from Gladden just misses the zone. Ernie Echeverria is on base with a 1-out walk, similar to Huber.
Now batting the right fielder, Gavin Degnan.
Not a whiff of action in the bullpen for the Bethesda Big Train. Here comes the pitching coach, Craig Lopez, having a quick word. A very honorable man. I had a quick chat with him. Very religious man. A mound visit for him. Gavin Degnan due up. And on deck, E.J. Hankerson. We talked about that tidbit of the first meeting between these two teams where Gladden and Hankerson were dishing out some nice jokes and words. Three base runners on. That's what's happening for the Aces. Gavin Degnan coming up to the plate. Top of the broadcast. We talked about it. Gavin Degnan advances to first on a single, and it nonetheless played it through Michael Powell, an earned run against the Thunderbolts in Game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday. What turned out to be a stellar performance for Connor Hutchison. And Degnan swings away at the first offering from Gladden. Starting to connect into the zone. Degnan is swinging away at it, but this time he doesn't. Even count as it went upstairs. Huber at third. Almeida at second, and at first is Echeverria. Ball 2 at the plate. TJ Hankerson on deck, readying himself against Gladden. Degnan with a good eye. 3-1 the count at the plate with 1 out, 3 men on. And he chases after the 3-1 pitch. Full count. And all the way in the bullpen of the big train, we do have someone warming up. Brendan Cassidy, a fine right-handed pitcher in his 3rd season with the big train. Plays spring ball for the Patriots of George Mason. Full count pitch. Degnan fouls us with authority. And in the air to right, well hits on it. And Huber's going to chase on over to third. He is off of the bag. He is safe at the plate. Wow, what a great play. 5th run comes across. But Dylan Murphy, my goodness, he was on it. Could make the tag as Huber jumped on top of him. Nonetheless, 5th run comes across off of a sac fly from Degnan. Hankerson at the plate. But before he does that, he's having a quick word with Brissett. Almeida tags up to 3rd, as well as Echeverria to 2nd. Two outs for the Aces as Gladden pumps across the strike to Hankerson. Roommates at the University of Maryland College Park. Friendly action off the plate. It's foul ball for Hankerson. I'm going to have to correct myself. Brody Cassidy is warming up in the bullpen for the big train. Brendan Cassidy not playing today. The 0-2 from Gladden. Skirts inside and high. And he chases after it. Hankerson retired. But not after a sac fly from Degnan. Plates through Huber. Bottom of the 9th. Big Train trying to walk it off against the Aces in Bethesda. Brennan Wright leads things off in the bottom of the 9th inning against the next pitcher in relief of Aiden O'Brien through 1 inning pitched. Gave up 2 walks and 2 hits. Cole Gibbon by way of Vicksburg, Michigan. Western Michigan Bronco. Pumps through strike 1. Ball 1 behind Ernie Echeverria. Cole Gibbon, 4.82 batting it, or ERA that is, through 9 innings pitched, but a paltry 5 strikeouts. 2-1 at the plate. The leadoff man, Brennan Wright, shortstop, with a good eye. 3-1 is the count. Aces potentially have the go-ahead run on the board. Leadoff walk at the plate for Brennan Wright. Josh Goronski due up. It was off of a sac fly from Gavin Degnan.
Now batting the left fielder.
Played it through Toby Huber from third to home. And E.J. Hankerson ended it off striking out against James Gladden. So 1 man on, Cole Gibbon allows the leadoff walk to get on base and a potential tying run at first. And the go-ahead run at the plate in the form of Skoronski. Strike 1 to the dismay of the crowd in Shirley Povich Field. The crowd has seen a lot of great baseball through 25 seasons. Strike 2 at the plate. Cole Gibbon clamping down on the mound. 1 man on. No outs. The 1-2. Just a bit outside and low. And they get the out on Josh Goronski, a swinging strikeout at the plate. First strikeout of the day for Cole Gibbon. 6th strikeout of his summer season with the Aces. And in the Ripken League, Emilio Gonzalez, the cleanup man, up at the plate. Did damage in the first, a single. Was left on base nonetheless. Afterwards, hitless. Grounded out to first unassisted to Norton's glove. Flew out to shallow right field in the 6th. Then flew out deep to left field. And at the plate, Emilio Gonzalez ahead in the count. 2 balls to no strikes with 1 out. Cole Gibbon, couple of fastballs down low. Emilio Gonzalez threatening to get on base with a 1-out walk. Brennan Wright, who's at first, got on base. A leadoff walk for him. Strike 1 comes across the plate. One on, 1 man out. 5-4 is the score in Bethesda. Your road team Aces on top. Gonzalez grounds this in front of Huber. Rounding on over to third is, and sliding on over there, Brennan Wright. A single for Emilio Gonzalez. Matthew Wesley comes up to the plate. The go-ahead run is aboard. 1-out single. Up the middle in front of Huber. Had him flat-footed too, I might add. But Cole Gibbon, you gotta give it to him. He's been very steady. He's got only one strikeout in this contest, but did give up a hit and a walk. Ernie Echeverria having a quick chat. Most likely has to do with where the placement was for a couple of the pitches early on in this one. Cole Gibbon, time to dig in at the mound. Big Train got 2 men on in the corners with only 1 out. Down to the last 2 outs if they can't score. The pitch inside. Strike 1, even count at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike to Wesley. The 5-hitter engaged. The 1-1 pitch from Gibbon. Ball 2 to the inside. Chop. Almeida throws it to Huber at the bag. Not in time. Runner comes across, and the game is tied up at 5-all in Shirley Povich Field. Brennan Wright from third scores. Wesley is at first safe. Gonzalez moves up safely to second. The go-ahead run at second. And a pinch runner for Emilio Gonzalez comes to the bag at second. It's number 22, Brett Ott. They couldn't get the double play off of a chopper behind. And away from the glove of Echeverria, 2 men move up. And what's turning out to be
For Emilio Gonzalez is number 22, Brett Ott.
it's turning on to the Aces in a hurry. They got 2 players in scoring position as Peyton Steele is going to go up to first. Intentional walk, I might assume.
Logan Burnett.
Wesley got onto base on a Baltimore chop infield single. And a walk for Steele. And it's a ground ball, throw to first. They get the second out. What a great snag by Derek Almeida. Running into it, puts his glove onto it, keeps 2 men honest.
Now batting the second baseman.
They move up, but the dangerous man, Brett Ott at third, was caught stealing, so they get the second out. And Panette is at first safe. Strike 1 at the plate for Cole Gibbon. He has a strikeout early in this inning. Swinging strikeout to retire Skoronsky. Other than that, 2 walks and 2 hits given up. Pitch outside and low. Parker Corbin. He's got a chance to walk this off against 1 out, or 2 outs, that is. Could go either way, but it's ball 2 to the outside. And they get the strike 2 against Parker Corbin, an even count. That'll stay foul in front of Norton, hugging the first base line. The count will remain 2 balls, 2 strikes to the batter Corbin. Playing second base, played spring ball for the University of Maryland Terrapins. 3 men on, 2 out, 2-2 on the way. Full count. The crowd getting into this game. Full count pitch. Foul ball to the left side. Very partisan crowd, as you'd expect when the Aces are on the road. But all of the momentum in favor of the team wearing green and white. Big Train trying to walk it off. A walk-off walk to end the game. Big Train take it 6-5. Their record improves to 21-6. Aces 14-10 is the record going into tomorrow's game against the Senators. So that'll do it. Aces started off hot, but then walked the 6th run of the day. Losing pitcher is Cole Gebbin. Winning pitcher for the Aces, or for the Big Train, James Gladden. We'll see you tomorrow at Frank Mann Field. Have a good rest of your night. And talk to you soon. Bye-bye.